Hey, what's up? I was thinking the other day that I just have to go on and do it, you know? It's just, today is my birthday, and my birthday present to myself is to finally do this thing and make a YouTube channel so that I can talk about my dolls. And not just the dolls, but their stories that inspired me so much as a child and continue to do so today, and just share that love with you. I have been enjoying watching American Girl content on YouTube a lot recently. Somehow it took me until the last handful of months to even realize that it existed. You can tell that I am not of the typical AGTube generation. Today is my 38th birthday, and I was very delighted to find out that my birthday, June 10th, is also World Doll Day. Can you believe that? I don't know if it's accurate. I didn't fact check it, but I saw 2 people post about it on Facebook AG doll groups. So it must be true, right? So welcome. Here are my dolls. I started collecting American Girl. My grandmother very, very graciously gave me this beautiful Felicity doll on my 7th birthday. She's here wearing her outfit that I received her in on that fateful June day. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on, some quick math. 1992, so 31 years ago today. Oh my gosh, Felicity, 31 years ago today, girlfriend. You came into my life and I was never the same. You can tell that this Felicity doll was my Velveteen Rabbit for sure. The back of her dress is faded into oblivion. The Velcro is a mess. Her coral necklace has a bunch of gunk in it. She's a very dirty birdie, but I did recently just go over her face and arms and legs with just a baby wipe, one of my baby's baby wipes, and it lifted a whole lot of stuff, and she looks like a new gal. But you can see she's got some funky business going on with her eyes, and her hat just fell off, and that is not the accurate hat for this outfit, but we're doing what we can. She's got a little lazy eye. Anyway, this is my Felicity. You'll see her more. She's my favorite. I mean, she's my Felicity. So she's the one who started it all. I remember when I was still 6 years old, probably right when the doll was first coming out, my grandmother asking me if I would be interested in having this doll, and I was 6, and I said, yeah. And so I received her on my 7th birthday, a year before the recommended age at that time. Totally within the recommended age this time though. So there she is, my Lizzie. She's been through a lot. The next doll in my collection was my Kirsten. She has also kind of been through the ringer, but you can see that she's in much better condition than my Felicity. I played with her a lot when I was very little, like when I was probably 8. I honestly don't remember. I think that she may have been a gift from my grandmother, or maybe my mom. They sort of went back and forth. I think the Christmas after, so I only had Felicity for 6 months, and then Kirsten came along, and I used to play with the 2 of them together a whole lot. And her eyes seem to be in better shape. Oh. But anyway, so here she is. This is my Pleasant Company circa 1991 Kirsten. No, 1992. And she's got her gorgeous eyes. But yeah, she's just beautiful. I think Kirsten is a gorgeous doll. I think that she gets a bad rap these days because of being blonde, but she was the first, guys. She was the original blonde. And she's from Sweden. I just now realized that I do in fact still have her amber necklace. Hold on. Earlier today, I was going through these dolls and putting on their meat outfits if they didn't already have them on. Kirsten perpetually lives in her meat outfit, and so I didn't look, and so I thought, oh, I lost her amber necklace. But there it is. It's just hanging out under her clothes. as time went on, I was sort of torn between like, I love these, I want all of them, and oh, my classmates would all like, if they saw all of these dolls. So this was kind of my big secret as a child, was my American Girl collection. Anyway, I remember when Miss Addie Walker was first released, and this is the first of my first edition dolls. Well, Felicity, I think is a first edition, but I'm not 100% sure because I did receive her in the summer of '92, and I don't know if my grandmother ordered her upon her first release in the fall of '91, or if she ordered her closer to the time of my birthday, in which case she could have been a second run. I really don't know, so I don't feel comfortable saying with any certainty that my Felicity is a first edition. I mean, at the latest, she's a second edition, which is, I don't even know how this works. I might be talking absolute nonsense, in which case, please forgive me. I still think that this doll is one of the most stunning that American Girl or the Pleasant Company ever produced. Look at those beautiful eyes. I really need to rethink this filming angle. Hello. So, yes, my beautiful Addie. Addie is the first of my dolls that went through some pretty major sun damage. Oh gosh. At some point in my teen years, I think I had my Addie, Molly, and Kit, who's under there somewhere, exposed to the light. Oh, it was just, I don't even remember, I don't know, but it must have happened at some point, maybe when I was displaying my dolls as a teenager, or even like in my early 20s, still at, like when they were still at my parents' house, but I wasn't there. I don't know, but there is so much sun damage on this dress that I've actually already ordered a replacement for it. That should be coming in pretty soon. I also really want to get her a new hat, because, or I don't know, I could just learn how to sew. And repair her straw bonnet, because it's such a beautiful piece. I love this item, and I just did not serve it very well. I'm sorry. But yeah, here's Addie. I'm gonna talk about the books at a different time. Right now, I just want to introduce my doll. I hope you don't mind that their eyes are closed. It's late at night. I don't want to change up this whole rig. I also kind of like this, at least for right now. So here is Addie. And then, yes, so my 9th birthday, I received Molly. Now, in 1994, did I just say Molly? Please revoke my card. This is Samantha, which everybody watching knows. In 1994, this gal was the absolute ultimate status symbol. I have a lot of regret about this particular era of my doll collecting phase. I did not have a strong attachment to Samantha until I read her books, especially Samantha Saves the Day. But I don't think I read that book until after I had the doll. There was something about like her time period, I think existing in a vacuum, the Gilded Age or late Victorian / Edwardian. It's really not late Victorian. She's from the Edwardian era, but I mean, in the US, why would we use those terms? Anyway, in a vacuum, that era is really interesting, but for me, at least, just compared with like Revolutionary War America, pioneers, and Civil War, this era just is not cutting it for me. And these ones as well. It's like there was just something about Samantha's life that I just didn't think was that interesting. But I do appreciate her a lot, and I love her now. And I think that my Samantha doll is just particularly lovely. She has really become a favorite of mine in my adulthood, which is very funny. So I'm very, very grateful to my grandmother for bestowing her to me on my 9th birthday. We're unpacking a little bit of like childhood anxiety, I guess. You know, if I had a little bit more inner strength, I might have said, you know what, I don't want Samantha. I don't need to have all of the dolls. I only want to have the ones that I really like. But then, you know what, if I had done that, I wouldn't have the entire Pleasant Company American Girl collection. And so maybe I'm grateful to my 9-year-old self for being kind of petty. Anyway, Samantha, she also has eyes that open, just not at this angle. Okay, that was 94. I think birthday 95, I received Molly. Molly, girl, she's been through it. She's also one of the ones who had the worst luck with the sun damage. What did her hair do that? I don't even know. She's been through it. She's also my only doll with silver eye, which I'm gonna have a hard time showing since I chose to do this. There they are. 1 silver eye, 2 silver eyes. So poor Molly. In my adulthood, strangely, this doll doesn't speak to me as much as she did in my childhood. I don't know. I think part of it is because of the egregious sun damage, plus the silver eye, sun damage on this, and then look at her hair. I don't know if you can really tell, but the sun damage, she's the one who has the worst sun damage in her hair. Addie has it just a tiny bit. It's barely noticeable. I'm so thankful because I would be heartbroken if her hair had been ruined. Kit's hair, we'll look at in a second, isn't that bad since it's a lighter color and there's just less of it. But Molly's hair really went through it. So I don't know what's gonna happen to my Molly. Also, she's not wearing shoes. They're right here. I didn't get around to it, I guess. But yeah, there she is, my poor Molly. She's been through it, but she is still a superstar, and her books are a fan favorite. Amusingly, I don't remember her books. I really need to. I'm in the process of rereading all of the American Girl books that I can get my hands on. Molly's having a glasses moment. Don't we all? Relatable. So poor Molly. Can I say she's been through it for the 5th time? She's been through it. Oh, goodness. But she's very nice. I love her era. The home front during the Second World War, I think, is just so interesting and really cool because it connected me to my grandparents. She's a bit younger than my grandparents. My grandparents are actually from Kit's generation. Kit is actually sort of, wait, we're going to talk about Josefina before we get to Kit. So that's Molly. Okay. Later. Josefina has got a sock on her neck. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Josefina, you're not wearing shoes. Well, I didn't. Okay, well, proof that I have them. Here are Josefina's shoes. Just, can we pretend like Josefina's wearing shoes? Okay, so, Josefina is a stunning doll. Her eyes are open. Did I solve the problem? I did. It's not a great perspective. Anyway, here is my first edition Josefina. She's definitely first edition. She was released in 1997 when I was 12. I was sort of aging out of American Girl, but not really. Let's be honest, I really wasn't aging out of American Girl. I never really did, but I was telling myself that I was supposed to age out of American Girl, and I had at that time aged out of the books, which is weird because now I'm way back into the books, hardcore, loving every moment. But I don't know, I had a hard time. I didn't ever even read her Meat book, which is the first and only time that ever happened. So I'm really excited about going back to read her books because I think the books are what make the dolls for me. I mean, they're beautiful dolls anyway, but the books are how I connect with the dolls. So here's Josefina, first edition from 1997. I received her for my 12th birthday. No. Yes? I don't really know. I think that's when I got her. I know she was released in 1997, and I know I turned 12 in 1997, so there you go. She is stunning. The Josefina mold is, I think, the face of American Girl now. Here she is, the OG. I wasn't quite ready to branch out of the history that I learned in school, which is basically all of the other dolls encompass things that I had learned about in school. All of these ones and this one. I had never learned about the Southwest Territory in school, and so it was sort of like, I don't know, new territory for me, and I wasn't sure how interested I would be. Now, I adore this doll, her entire collection, and I can't wait to read her books, and I think she is just absolutely stunning. I need to find the flowers that came in her hair. I have no clue where those are. Maybe they'll surface. Whose underwear is this? Samantha? I think these are Samantha's. Sorry. There you go. I didn't do a good job of putting all these things back together before I started filming this. Molly's hat. There you go. Josefina. She is just, oh. And of course, her stuff is some of the most expensive and difficult to find. Naturally. Hers and Kirsten's are the ones where I always loved Kirsten's and just didn't do enough to get enough, because as you'll see when I show my clothing collection in another video, my love for Felicity really knew no bounds. And so other than like the neat outfits for these girls, pretty much all of my other historical outfits were Felicity dresses. A few regrets there, but I didn't know. Josefina, what a beautiful doll. What a beautiful doll. Sorry, you're not wearing shoes. And last but not least, Miss Kittredge. Kit somehow is the doll with the loosest limbs, even though she is the newest of them. Kit was released in 2000 when I turned 15. I had well and truly aged out of American Girl at that point, but I knew I wanted Kit. I love her era. Just learning about the Great Depression was so fascinating to me. Kit would have been born right in between my grandparents. My grandfather was born in 1921. My grandmother was born in 1927. Kit would have been born in what, like 1923 or 24, something like that. And I just always, I recently read all of Kit's books all the way through for the first time. I'd only read Meet Kit before. I think that is the only one that I had read before. And it was just so cool. I felt so connected to my grandparents. My grandparents are both now passed away, but they were both still living when I purchased Kit for myself with my own money. She was the first doll that I did that with. She was, you know, I felt too old to ask for her from my parents or my grandparents, but I knew I wanted her. And so she's pretty significant. She was the first thing that I saved up money for to buy for myself. I was really pleased to say, you know what? No, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to work and save up my own money to get a Kit doll. I must have stored her sitting down forever because her legs are just so loose. Kit is also one that, her meat outfit was just completely obliterated by the sun, and there's a little bit of damage in her hair, like this really unnatural yellow I'm pretty sure that's not the color that her wig is supposed to be. Like, this is the color her wig is supposed to be, but not this. But you know what? I don't mind. I don't think I'm gonna do anything about it because Kit's wig looks really different these days, and I want to keep the original wig. I love Kit's hair. I know that it's maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think that Kit is a stunning, stunning doll, just the way she is. She is such a fantastic character. In fact, I think after Felicity, Kit is probably my second favorite character in this original line. Now, I know this isn't really the original line as far as, like, by the time Kit was released, Pleasant Company had been bought by Mattel, but I think at the time I didn't really know that, or I had only just learned about it. But Kit and I believe Kaya were both in development under Pleasant Company, so I think of them, well, I at least definitely think of Kit as a Pleasant Company doll. Kaya is the glaring omission here. I do not own Kaya. Kaya was released when I was 17. I was not interested anymore, and I'm sorry to admit that one of my favorite things about American Girl was the 6-book pattern with the title. I loved it. I loved seeing how the authors, especially Valerie Tripp, could fit their stories into these categories, and I thought there was just something that really just lit my brain up in the best way. And then the fact that Kaya's books were titled differently was sadly enough for me to not be that motivated to pursue that doll. For me, my childhood story with American Girl ended with Kit in 2000, and that's okay. Right now, I'm happy with the girls that I have. So these are my 7 American Girl dolls. They're all resting peacefully at the moment. In the next video, we'll do a little part 2 of all my American Girl dolls. And that is when I started collecting dolls again in my adulthood 3 months ago, which is how this whole thing started. These dolls mean more to me than just dolls to play with. I did play with them and loved them, especially Felicity and Kirsten. They got the most playtime. Obviously, the older I got, the less traditional playtime there was, but I displayed them all proudly in my bedroom well into my 20s. When I got married, they went with me to my first house, and then they went back to my parents' house when my husband and I moved to Washington, D.C., and then we lived overseas for a while. So then they lived in boxes for quite some time. My Felicity went everywhere with me. I'm pretty sure that she went to college with me. She was in my early 20s apartment before I got married with me. I mean, I'm just assuming because she just went everywhere. When I found these girls in a box in my parents' place a couple years ago, Felicity was not in that box because she wasn't ever really boxed away. She was always just with me. So she was in a different box of things that were still in use, or that had been in use up until a much more recent time at that point. These girls taught me about storytelling and history. For the sake of history, it was really hard for me to put a character in between Felicity and Kirsten. Oh, so hard. I'm over it though. Kit, those legs, girl. I can go into so much more detail and information about what these characters meant to me, but right now I ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry. We've been here for a long time, and I don't know about y'all, but I came for an All My Dolls video and not a My Life History video. That's okay. That's okay. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I sure did have a lot of fun just letting myself do this thing that I've been holding back for such a long time. But today was the day. My birthday. 4 days ago was the day. It took me a bit to edit the video. I've got a 12-month-old baby. You know, it's okay. I'm doing it, and I'm having a great time. So I really hope that if anybody's here, you'll stick around. And if nobody's here yet, maybe eventually someday somebody will be here. It's a fun thing to share. And you know, sometimes you just need an outlet. So this is also, my formal apology for the audio quality. I'm just talking into my iPad for a voiceover right now. My external microphone is missing, and it's not even technically mine. So you're getting this. I'm so sorry. Please don't let it scare you away. I promise to try better next time and to keep learning and growing, because that's how it goes. So here comes my original outro. Let me know what your Velveteen Rabbit was in the comments, and I hope you have a really, really good day. And you know, if you've got dolls from your childhood, go give them a squeeze. It's all right. Sometimes we still need that, you know? Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you later. Look at that. Oh my goodness, Kit. Oh, we'll fix that. We will fix that. Don't worry. Molly, we'll fix you too. Okay. Oh, poor Molly. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't put your shoes on. And Josefina, I'm sorry. Here's Josefina's shoes. Yikes.